Now guys, we've got to address the question, is quilting over? With all the latest and greatest inventions, technology, and the speed that the world's moving, are we actually going to go back to this old craft? Let's dive into it. Now, before we get too far ahead of ourselves here, we got to go back to, well, the very beginning. It says in the Bible that Adam and Eve wore coats of skin, and with that, sewing was born. Then from there, the progression since that time to today has been exponential. Let me take you through the journey. Now, the evolution of this industry has been very slow throughout the many centuries. Like I first mentioned, Adam and Eve and the coats of skins. We didn't progress too far between then and the Industrial Revolution. Yes, we ended up getting fabrics, we ended up getting threads, we ended up being able to mill the processes a little bit better, but there wasn't this massive change until the Industrial Revolution, which brought us the sewing machine and the sewing machine needle, which is so crucial and so important. But from then till now is where the exponential change has happened. Let me show you. Now guys, just to put into perspective here, we went from first people on the planet, thousands of years, to 1790 when the very first sewing machine was created. So up until that point, everything was a handcraft. Handmade, hand woven, hand tied, hand threaded, everything was a handmade product until the Industrial Revolution, which brought us the sewing machine and the sewing machine needle. That is when the first machine was created, the idea, the concept, and the proof, but it wasn't a common household item until almost 100 years later in 1880s, 1890s, when the sewing machine became a widely spread goods. From then till today, which is only about 140, 150 years, we've gone from nothing handmade to machines just like this one. This is a top of the line brother machine. It has cutting. It can actually sew by itself. It can embroider. It has projectors. It has so many features beyond our wildest comprehension. Is it killing our industry? Is it changing things or moving things or making it too easy for us that we shouldn't have it? Should we actually go back to the roots? Is it taking away the handmade part or the handcraft part? Are we only a couple years away from this just being able to throw your fabric into it and just create a quilt? Yes and no. Let's see some of the other machinery that's entered this industry. Now guys, I bring you over to this pre-cut cutting machine. It cuts layer cakes, jelly rolls, charm packs, mini charms, and Vegas strips. It's an incredible piece of equipment. Now, this is why I want everyone to understand about the equipment and the speed of our industry. It wasn't 10 years ago where this machine would not be affordable for any quilt store in America. They used to be hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of dollars. The machines themselves were priced so high because of the technology that was inside them. With a price tag like that, it would be impossible to pay it off by making your own pre-cuts. Till today, now you can buy this. Most larger scale quilt stores in America could probably buy a machine like this. They're not freakishly priced anymore because as technology becomes better, it also is becoming cheaper. We have to understand it wasn't that long ago that sewing machines, although we had them, didn't cut the thread by themselves. When that feature came out, it almost doubled the price of the sewing machine till today, where you can buy a machine that cuts itself for $300. It's become a known common feature. Things have changed over time. Now, I'm not saying that you at home are going to end up with a pre-cut machine. However, there are machines out there that I could see entering our industry to change things up. I have one of them. Let's go see it. So guys, I'm now standing in front of an industrial grade laser that we use religiously here. We use this machine all the time. Now, obviously, do I expect everyone to have one of these in their homes by next year? No, but we have to understand how technology has changed our industry. This laser, again, just like the other machine, used to be hundreds of thousands of dollars, and now they're not. A little tabletop laser used to be tens of thousands of dollars, and now they're only a couple $100. I could see a world where these machines start creeping into our industry. Let me just give you two examples. This right here is a funky friend. Obviously, every single piece on him is a different shape, different size, different cut. But with a little bit of knowledge on how you operate machinery, we went ahead and cut out our funky friend. It only took a couple of minutes to do it. Obviously, there's training and things like that that people have to understand, but it made this a breeze. Now, hopefully in the near future, we're able to offer kits like this that are 100% cut for you guys. That way you don't have to learn any of the softwares. But I could see a world where machines like this start entering into our space. In addition to that, custom acrylics is becoming more and more popular in our industry. It seems like every designer, every pattern writer out there now has their special acrylic, their special way to cut this, the special way to do this. With machines like this, we can cut them ourselves and provide you guys with better services. But again, I can see a world where you can buy your quilt pattern, you can stick some acrylic in your own laser at home and cut it out. I can see that being a real world. Now, one of the things that I'm most excited for our industry, and you guys get to choose if this is a positive or a negative, let us know down in the comment section. Machinery that can print on demand is becoming more and more readily available. Now, if you've seen us for the last couple of months, we invented a new product, which is these little boxy bags. They're so cute, so adorable, but additionally printed here in America in our shop. It's a waterproof canvas that we're able to print on here locally, and then we get to do so many other things with it because we have the capability of machinery. All you need to do is purchase a panel that looks just like this, cut it out, watch the QR code, and within about 20 or 30 minutes, you'll have a bag that looks just like this. And one of the biggest aspects about this is the print on demand. The worst thing to have in a quilt store is the inventory, actually. If there's inventory on the shelves, that means the store has invested in a product that hasn't sold quite yet. It's the highest cost to any of our businesses, and additionally, it's one that we cannot avoid. You have to realize that this whole bank of shelving, the banks of shelving units here, 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 and even more in both directions is all a cost to the business. This bolt has a cost, and we hope in retail that one of you amazing people will come through our stores or maybe shop on soyaquilting.com and purchase some of this product. Imagine a world where it could just be printed on demand. That you could walk into a quilt store, say, I love that To the Pink or Lori Holt print. Can I get 3 yards? And they say, give me 5 minutes, and they bring you that piece of fabric. It would revolutionize our industry. It would make it so a quilt store doesn't have to be so inventory heavy. It would make that the cost of the business would go down substantially. It would even probably bring down the cost of fabrics. Now, we've seen a little bit of dabbling in our industry with this concept or this idea. Brother, which is the same brand that sells sewing machines, invented a machine called the Print Moto. Now, it's a step in that direction. However, it takes 10-15 minutes to print a square this big. It would never work in a mass market like a quilt store. What's everyone's opinions on this? Do you think that you'd be okay walking to a quilt store that had a small showroom and a print shop in the back? Now, another thing that we have to address, just with the mass changes that there are in our industry, especially in this short amount of time, is artificial intelligence. Now, some people are pro artificial intelligence, some people are not. It does exist. We've actually seen for the first time that a sewing machine got AI put into it. It is one of the coolest machines that I've ever seen, where it can self-time itself, it can self-regulate itself, it can tell you all the error codes, anything, and then even help technicians on how to use it. It's a fantastic item there, but is it, again, ruining the industry for everyone? It's a question that you gotta ask yourself. This is my own personal take, and again, let me know down in the comment section what your take is. These are all very positive things. We are lowering the entry level to our industry. If you are somebody who might struggle with cutting, you can invest into a small format laser and have it cut for you. If you have trouble with ironing, there are ironing solutions. Maybe you just love embroidery. You can go down that entire rabbit hole by itself without ever learning how to sew. We've made it so that the thing that you love and that you are passionate about, you can do a full deep dive into. What I'm saying is that you should embrace it. It might not be your thing. It might not be the thing that you even think our industry needs. It's gonna mean something to someone, and hopefully it's somebody new to our industry. And guys, with that being said, we love to hear from you. What do you think the future of our industry actually looks like? What do you think is the next great thing that's gonna revolutionize our industry? You have to realize that the last item to revolutionize our industry in modern day time was the rotary cutter almost 45 years ago. Let us know down in the comment section. And guys, if you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and don't be afraid to share it with your friends. And as always, guys, while you're down there at the comment section, you might as well check out soyaquilting.com. Any of the things that you see in this video, we offer on that website. So go ahead and check that out, and we'll see you in the next one.